Did too much. So today we are going to be soldering the goats. And I already have Rigby set up, and I have everything set up except for my smoke absorber. Okay, let's bring this over. We'll put this like so. So I hope everyone is doing well today. I have a lot to do for these goats, as you can probably tell by having two of the goats to do. Oh, let me go grab my flux. Bear with me just a moment, friends. Alright, here we go. Alright, everything looks good. So we'll go ahead and start applying our flux. We'll tack everything together. Hello! How are you, Kara? What are you up to? It just started raining here, in case anyone wants a weather update. The storm last night was pretty crazy, so it was still raining and stuff when I got off of the stream. And it was weird. It was like just a normal rain. It wasn't like super crazy, but it was very nice. Had a nice little workout. Hi, Neil. Yeah, they do have kind of funky eyes, but I'm glad you like it. Also, hello, Kara, other Kara. Thank you so much. Eating lunch with fish and then getting back to work. Yes, it's a long day for me as well, so I figured it would be nice to stream. What are you guys having for lunch? Coffee. Nice. Oh, it's actually been, I want to say it's been like maybe 2 weeks since I've had any coffee or like heavy caffeine to wake up with. Which I was a caffeine addict for sure, so I'm proud of myself. Technically, I still am drinking kombucha in like the late morning. Ooh, that sounds so good. I had a salad for lunch and I didn't have enough dressing, so it was a sad salad. I ate like half of it, and then that's it. I just ate half of my salad, and then I didn't have any dressing to go with the rest of the lettuce. So I just ate what I could, and then unfortunately had to toss it. Had fish finger. Sony's got a chunk of scaffold board. I'm getting nails out of the stripping. Nice. You're always so busy, Neil. Always so busy. Well, so Kara, I have other dressing, but I'm like really strict now about not having anything with soybean, soy anything in it. So like all of the dressings that I had A sarnie is a sandwich, by the way. Jollibee! Oh wait, your are you saying your coffee? Is that what if you're saying Jollibee, I feel like your coffee. I thought you meant you were someone who had coffee for lunch. Never mind. Okay, that makes sense. I had that thought in my mind, but I was like, maybe not. Is there a pattern available? My goat keeping daughter would like this. Just looks just like Vincent Van Gogh's. Unfortunately not. These are based off of pictures of my clients' goats. So I don't sell any of my custom patterns just because like they're her pets. I have considered doing outlines, like commission outlines, like just doing the outlines. But a lot of times I've heard people don't want to like pay for just one outline, so I never really pursued it or offered it.
Someone's streaming.
Hi.
I'm back.
Hi. You made it. Wait, did you only go to the bank?
No.
Oh. Did I just take forever to start streaming?
Yep. Yeah, you went live while I was making a left onto Anderson.
Oh. But also, yes, thank you for being proud of me. So yeah, I have a bunch of dressing that has like soy and stuff in it. And I just didn't want to eat it, so. Give me just a second. I have a text from my dad. I'm sorry to be rude. I'm just gonna text him back real quick. He'll be back. I'll tell him that you said hi when he comes back. Well, it's good that you're staying busy, Neil. Staying productive. Oh, I forgot to refill my water. No. My pre-stream checklist is extensive. I'm gonna fill up my water bottle. I fixed my Twitch notifications, so now they will come up for like follows and stuff. And when I tell you that I was laughing so hard at the sound that I set for my, like if people host or raid me, the sound is awful. So, and I was laughing so hard. So I really hope that someone raids me today so you all can hear it. It'll happen eventually. But if it happened today, I would be even happier. Hi, Alicia. Thank you. How are you doing today, Alicia? What are you up to? Ugh, the flowers. This little daisy. These pieces are so tiny. I don't know how I'm gonna put flux on these, but we will figure it out. Have you seen people use wooden bases for their glass? I want to do it. I just don't want to copy this company. Yes. Yeah, there's tons of people that use wooden bases, like to stand it up, you mean? Tons and tons of people. I looked into it, but I couldn't find any that were like not super expensive. I know that goes into the final cost of something, but I would prefer to like, you know, make my own. And it's just never something I've really like committed to. Trust me when I say that like most stuff that you probably want to do has been done at some point before. So I wouldn't worry too much about, you know, doing things and it needing to only have one person do them, if that makes sense. Like, it's fine. Nice. I gotcha. I gotcha. These pieces are so little. So tiny. Yeah, actually, I have this idea, and I've had this idea since maybe November, of something that I want to do to combine a few different mediums, but I just haven't had time to do it, and I only have told like a few people about it. Yep. Yeah, I think if you like take inspiration from people is fine. But a lot of people use wood bases. A lot of people use metal bases as well. Like these like kind of half circle things. So. They're pretty annoying. They're pretty darn annoying, but you just gotta, it didn't really take too long. The thing was that I posted this on TikTok actually. So what I did for these super tiny pieces is I just like kind of made up the shape of the daisy. Like I made up the shape of the petals. I didn't follow the pattern, and I just kind of like made like rectangular pieces and then like made them kind of pointy. And you can't really tell the difference. They are finicky as all get out though, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Oh, that's awesome. Which one was it? And are you going to sell it? Was it the honey jar? You definitely turned that into, like, you put a perfect little like cute twist on it with the little twine and all that, so it does not surprise me if that's the one that they wanted to buy. That's awesome. That's super exciting. And also, like I said, that's not surprising because that was super, super cute. Super cute. Because, you know, that's what I was hoping people were gonna do with the patterns, is like turn them into their own, you know, and like kind of have fun with having like something to start with, but then really exploring creativity and exploring what you can do and how you can change patterns and stuff. That's a lot of pieces. For that peacock feather, that was a lot of pieces. So it'll definitely be an undertaking, and especially the way that you turned it into like a 3D thing almost, where there's like pieces that are kind of curled up on themselves, and you know, that'll be a lot. But I think it'll be really, really gorgeous whenever it's done. All right, I think everything is attached now. Let's attach it here. Yep, all right, perfect. So now we can remove the paper. Oh, his little beard needs to be attached. There we go. We can move our paper. Ah! Beautiful! So now we'll cover everything with a nice even layer of flux and go ahead and start getting into it. I'll be avoiding soldering all the way to the edges until we can do our lead came, because that's what's really going to give a lot of this stability, and that's why I left the edges bald. There we go. So what do you think you'll work on next then, Alicia? Do you think you'll work on the peacock, or are you still just trying to get the bearded dragon done? Photocopy or take a picture on phone, email it to yourself, and you can print it in color. It's actual size for a portfolio pattern you already worked on. Well, I mostly just use like Instagram. I don't have like a physical portfolio per se. Oh. Where do we want to start? I guess it doesn't matter. I guess we'll just start here and work our way down. There's kind of a big gap here, so we gotta take our time with filling that in. Ooh, you know what? Let's turn our iron up. It's only on 410 right now. I want to work with 460 for most of this. One piece of my hobby came out a little twisted, so I stretch it. Oh no! Yeah, hobby came is so thin. I can imagine that probably would have been a little too much. I stepped on a piece of glass, y'all. I just didn't make a fuss about it, but it happened. Hi, how are you doing? How do you keep the foil overlapping in the corner pieces? I just started foiling honeycombs because I just got my foil dispenser and that's the issue I'm running into. Foil from overlapping in the corner pieces. So your foil is going to overlap. It's a little bit hard to describe if I kind of understand what you're asking, because it is going to overlap. But what I do, I don't know if I can describe this without a demonstration. So when I'm pressing down the edges, so if we're talking about hand foiling, and when I'm pushing down all the edges to make the foil lay flat, what I do is I lay down one side, make sure it's all completely flat, and make sure you tuck in the foil, and then you'll lay down the next side, and it'll kind of just like fold like dog ear over each one, if that makes sense. That's like, you really want, like whenever you're folding all of your foil and stuff, what I try to do is just get as far underneath the next edge as possible and then fold over. That way it creates a nice crisp fold. I hope that word helped. I hope that is what you're asking, and I hope that makes sense. That's one of those things that I feel like I would excel at showing versus telling. If that's what you mean. I was getting in bed last night and felt something weird. There's a slug in your bed. There's a wasp that flew into our house yesterday, or it was on Brian's hair. He went outside literally for like half a second. The wasp flew in and was on his hair. It flew off and landed in the fridge because he like opened the fridge. And then I was like, just close the door. So there's a wasp probably dead at this point in our fridge somewhere. We don't know where he is now. But yeah, I think I already said it, but if not, also Miracle, I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. I hope you're doing well today too. Are you just doing like a honeycomb cluster, or are you doing like any sort of other cute additions to it? They're so gross. They're so nasty. We had one that was living on our back porch for like months. And every morning I would come out and he had created like just slime trails covering every bit of our porch. I think one day I stepped on him on accident. I didn't mean to, but I was like, well, you played a stupid game and you won a stupid prize, my friend, so... Just a cluster. I gotcha, nice and simple. Ooh. Forgot to turn that on. Stupid. Well, maybe he'll have better luck next time he comes back. His next incarnation, he'll come back and maybe he'll be a snail, so he'll have a protective shell or something. Me too. Soldering is my favorite. It's very, very zen. As long as nothing goes wrong, knock on wood, it's usually pretty fun. There's like this small bit of anxiety that used to come with it. Like, oh no, what if I mess it up? But I think at this point, I've soldered so much that it's like, it's alright. Oh, look at his little teeth! There they are! His widow teeth, they're so cute. Man, every project too has seemed to go by so fast compared to those irises. Like y'all were here for 6.5 hours with me while I soldered the irises. That was ridiculous. Everything after that has just felt like a walk in the park. A breeze. A fine spring breeze. I know. If it didn't just like horrendously burn you. I mean, it looks like mercury, and they used to play with mercury, so. I mean, everyone is pretty bad in the beginning, unless you have a background in decorative soldering. You know, it's a lot to learn, and there's a lot of technique. It feels very awkward. I was scared of it, like, mostly because I was like, man, I could really burn the crap out of myself. So there's a lot of like hesitation when it comes to that part. I have to add some copper wire to this part, so let's go ahead and add that before I forget. Oops. I didn't feel confident with my soldering abilities until I would say man, I don't even know. It took me a while though. Like it was a long while before I was like, that is pretty. I only wear a thin glove to keep the flux on my skin now. I'm not worried about the heat. Yep. Yep, everything is spooky. Yeah. It's the goat! Hey, Risk! Yeah, I think the most important part, like once you're comfortable, is just making sure you're keeping your skin protected from chemicals like the flux. You know, sometimes you'll see me not use gloves for like the beginning part, but you know, I'm pretty passionate now about using gloves and making sure there's no like, you know, flux. I've gotten my fair share of flux in cuts before. What's this? you doing today, Risk? What are you up to? Hi, Lady Crocheter. Welcome. How are you doing today? I don't think I've seen your name in the stream before, so welcome. We're working on some goats. If you can't already tell by the title and the stream itself. Just filing away some paperwork, overcast. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad it's cooled off where you're at. 'Cause that's too much heat. I am doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. I'm almost out of water, so that will be problematic next time I go to drink. But hopefully Brian will hear my cries of dehydration and will come and rescue me. I can only pray. Hey Megs, how you doing? We're just working on the goats. What are you up to today? Yes, we did. Oh, thank you, Lady Crocheter. These are custom commissioned for a lady who, she has 19 goats, and I've done so far 6 portraits for her. Well, these will be 5 and 6, so we have another goat that we're going to be soldering today as well. She has 19 goats, just like one of the nicest people I've ever talked to. She's actually, she is also from the Pacific Northwest. And just like one of the nicest people. Thank you. And yeah, we made it through the storms yesterday. Everything was fine. It kind of chilled out after I got off of the stream. It was raining pretty hard, but nothing too crazy. I worked out at 7, and there was a little bit of lightning, but not enough to deter me from using the barbell, so it was fine. Just another day in Florida. Another day in paradise, as they like to say. That's probably like the funniest thing to me, is if people think they're gonna come to Florida and it's gonna be like super sunny all summer when they come for their vacation, and then it's just like just about to go get my little one from sailing camp. Oh, cute. Fancy, but cute. Anytime I've been to Florida, there's always at least one big storm along there. Alright, that sounds good. I'll just call you a crocheter. How about that? Yes, I would like to go to sailing camp too, please. Please adopt me. Actually, I'm just kidding. I don't really like the water that much. I'm kind of spooked about oceans. I think we've talked about this before. Someone was talking about diving? I don't know if that was you, Risk. I feel like someone was saying they like diving and they like diving in the kelp forests, and I was just like, bleh. Okay, not you. I can't remember who it was. Also, Mags, I could potentially ask my client if I could modify it. I don't normally sell any of my custom commission outlines because this is like entirely based off of her goat. Well, you saw the picture. I'm pretty sure you've seen the picture, but this is the second person. This is actually the third time I've been asked for a goat pattern, so I might start offering one because it's a lot of interest. Okay, the front is done. Almost. I mean, we have to fix these little bits, but that's not gonna come until we add the, like came, words. Rigby! There he is! Bless him! Bless his little heart! Oh my gosh, he's so cute! So, a funny kind of story about Rigby. So there's another goat that I've done, her name was Shasta, and she was named after like the daisy, like I guess there's Shasta, I don't know how to say it, daisies. And so Shasta was his mom, so she has since passed away, so that's why there's a daisy here, and there's a little star up here, because I guess they used to look at the stars together, so cute. Yeah, exactly, Crixon, I totally agree. The farthest I've ever been out into the ocean, I actually went, so we were in the Gulf, because I'm on the west coast of Florida, so we're on the Gulf of Mexico. The farthest I've ever been out was, I was like up to here. The water was pretty clear, but I was with Brian and some friends, and so if there was ever anything that like touched me, I would just like baby monkey onto the back of Brian, and I would just be like, ooh! They found some seaweed and like almost put it on me, and it was awful, but yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, I could definitely work on a goat portrait. I would, I don't know what I would do, because, like, you know, the markings are so different, so maybe it could be something like just like the outline itself, like just the ears and eyes and maybe face shape and neck. And then, like, if the goat had any different markings that you're making, like, you can add them yourself. Maybe we could do something like that. And if so many people would want it, I'd just charge, like, I don't know, $5 to $8 for it or something. Nothing crazy. I love that everyone loves goats so much too. I am here for the goat appreciation. So I think goats are awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely, I'll talk to her and I'll see. She's super nice. So I might be able to like have a random goat picture from her that she could like let me use for reference, and I could like chat with her about it. Hello, welcome back. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to, because like I said, this is like the third time I've been asked about goat portraits and stained glass, so we could figure something out. Hi, can you give me some more water? I'm so dehydrated. I forgot to refill my bottle.
Bet.
Thank you. You saved me. I'm shriveling up in here. I took them out at like 12, by the way. Brian coming in strong with the hydration save. You gotta hydrate before you dehydrate, as Dan says. If you're here, Dan, just know that I will say that until the day that I dehydrate. Rigby is so freaking cute too. I love doing pet portraits because there's so many times that I've like been doing the outline and the picture is just so cute. It just makes me happy. I love it. I love pet portraits. Especially because you can just like a lot of times you can just feel their personality through their pictures.
There you go.
Thank you. You're the best. Around. Stop it. He has to bring hydration to the whole stream. Yes. He he's a personal trainer, and so he does strength training. It's like his thing. A lot of times he closes my water bottle so tightly. Like, I'm not weak either. I'm not a weak individual. I don't know if you can tell, but my shoulders are pretty broad, and that's like just genetics, but also I work out.
It's too tight.
I don't know. I just was telling them that you sometimes do it too tight. Put on the cap too tight. And yes, Mags, I am putting camera on the outside. That's why on the other side I left some of the pieces, like these little doodads, empty. No, no, so I don't put cane around the ears or the flowers. So the cane, whenever I place it, it's just around the like border pieces. So it'll stop here and here, go up to the ears, and then there'll be a separate piece on the top. Because I just prefer it. I could do hobby cane around the ears technically now that I have some, but I've never worked with it, so I'm not going to make my life any harder than it needs to be right now. I would like to experiment with it before using it on a custom piece like this. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not dainty, is basically what I'm trying to say. I wasn't trying to make it sound like that. I just have shoulder genetics that my mother blessed me with. I've done powerlifting competitions, the whole 9 yards. I shouldn't have said plural. I've done one powerlifting meet. But it's enough. It's enough for me to talk about it.
She won.
I
First
won.
place. First place.
Yeah, lead cane is really annoying, Megs. Yes, first place. That was fun. It was a fun little meet. Our hug that lasted just a little bit too long before we started dating.
A little too long. A little too long.
I do remember that now, thanks.
Yep. That's more powerlifting meets than I participated in. Yeah, it was fun. That was back in 2016 is when I competed. I started training, so he was my trainer for that, and then obviously we started dating, and then he stopped being my trainer. I started training myself for, I don't know, I didn't really have like a meet that I had in mind, but I got myself up to my current personal best deadlift and bench press. So my bench press, I got up to 120. And then my deadlift, I did 275. I wanted 315 so badly, but I never got there. Yeah. So that's like doing the lead cane and cutting it at certain angles. It's kind of can be hard to gauge what angle you need to go at. But I just like to just do a little bit at a time. And then obviously, like, the more you do it, the better you'll get, you know, practice makes better. I do have to stretch out some of the lead cane for this one, so it's still in the rolls. I just like stretch it out when I need it. Yes, I do. Actually, I've only done 2 dogs before. I've done 2 dogs, 2 cats, 6 goats, and 1 horse. Yes, practice, practice, practice. All right, I'm so thirsty. The perfect amount of ice in my water. So refreshing. Yeah, I've like so Lady Crocheter, I've like carved out a little micro niche for myself, and I do a lot of goat portraits. I've done 8 goat portraits. This is the 6th for that one lady, and then I've done 2 more outside of the herd that I'm doing. 8 goats. Alright, let's move this. We're gonna roll out our lead cane. Luckily we don't need like big long strips of it, so we can kind of... Let me look at her previous portraits. I don't recall what type of lead cane I used. Let me look on my Instagram. Let's see. I think I used the thinner cane. Oh, it's so hard to tell. I think I did use the thinner one though. Goats, goats, goats. Yeah, that looks like the thinner one. This is so this is Shasta. So that's this goat's mom. And so we also did, for her, we did this pale yellow background and clear glass around the border. And then for Rigby, we did the same yellow but around the border and then clear for the middle. So I actually love crocheting. I haven't done too much of it, but I'm actually working on like, I'm just making myself washcloths right now. Nice to meet you, Thirsty. And she's like, Mom, please. I'm so thirsty. Alright, so we can use our regular lead cane for these, I believe. Let's test it first. Yes, yes, just the regular lead cane, yes. So I'm gonna measure this. We need to pull out the tension from this. Alright, so with that. That. So we'll do it. Ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough for both goats. We'll try. Might be able to find some old ones, little cracked bits. This lead cane is a lot easier to work with. So just to give you let you visualize. Rude. So this is the one that I'm going to be using, and then this is the one that I used for the iris. So it's a lot. This one is a lot bigger and a lot deeper, a lot harder to pull the slack out of. This one is a lot easier to work with. This is the one I try to default to, but the local place that I go to, they're like out of it all the time. Very, very rare if I can find it in stock. Okay. Oops. Not quite. I don't remember this one. The really big one is the the one that I linked last time that I bought online. That's the really big one. This one is the one that I buy in person. I have no idea what size this is. Hey John, how's it going? I need to figure that out because I need to order more online and it's probably going to be cheaper anyway. So once I figure that out, I will report back. Otherwise, for now, I am useless and I do not know. Just useless. Sup, Dandy fam? I love that. You know, you are going to end up wasting a bit if you do it like this, like doing it a little bit at a time, but it is what it is. Just a little bit more. How are you doing today, John? What are you up to? I hope if you're working with lead cane, your fingers are nice and dexterous because it's like doing finger gymnastics sometimes. Ooh.
Wow.
Thank you for the lemon. Oh my god, my heart almost just stopped. My headphones are all the way on and it was so loud. Thank you so much for the lemon. Alright, Megs. Take care. It was good to chit chat with you. Thanks for stopping in. Just as a reminder, I will be in Tennessee this weekend. So I will be back probably on Tuesday. So I'll be live streaming probably only today actually, and then I'll be back next week. I think I originally thought I was only going to be there until Monday. I was going to come back Monday, be back Monday night, but I think I'm going to drive back on Tuesday. Gizmo, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. What are you doing today? You know what? I don't like this. I don't know if there's a way to fix this. We'll try. This is it's not smushed down to my liking. How do we fix this? How do we fix this? That's a little bit better. Yes, much better. So what happened was I didn't like the angle that this was coming in at, so it was kind of lifted too much and it wasn't gonna look like they kind of matched down here. It's still, sometimes with lead came, it's still slightly off, but it's okay. I think every piece I've ever done, there's a little something funky that I don't like that no one else notices. It's just how it goes. All right. So now we can do this side. Try to keep an eye out for that better on these next two sides, next two bits. If I had you do my little dog, how big of a pic do I need? I mean, I like base the outlines on pictures and I can like, you know, zoom it in, if that's what you mean. I think what I want to do too, I want to start doing a new style of pet portraits, where I only do the pet itself and don't have like the outline. That way it's a little bit like your gas station feels later. But yeah, usually for pictures for pets, all I ask is that it's kind of, I like doing head on like this. I can kind of edit pictures and fill in the blanks if I get, usually I try to get about 5 or 6 reference photos. But yeah, I hope that answered your question. Sorry, I tend to like kind of, I'm not good at explaining things while I'm doing the soldering part, just because I'm trying to like fiddle with it and it takes me a minute. Fiddlesticks. Just fiddlesticks. Gas station pills. Whatever could that mean? Just gotta trust the process, y'all. Trust the process. Oh. What could you possibly have a story about this with? Oh my goodness. Alright, so for this, let's cut this off. It's much easier if you have a concave spot like this to start the lead came down there. So we're gonna cut this. We're gonna cut this angle up like this. So it can fit down in there. Sorry, you can't probably really see what I'm doing right now. There we go. Our lead came has been applied. Now, always make sure you tack it on the front and back, because if you're going to solder and you've only tacked one side of it, it can pop up, and that is beyond annoying. I always attach my lead came on the front and back before I continue on. So now we can finish this up. We had a little bit of a melt through, which is okay. We'll fix it up. Make sure our flux is applied to everywhere that we still need to solder. Hi.
pills.
I was just left with this cryptic, I'll have to tell y'all the story of my gas station pills. And I was like, what does that mean? And they said boner pills.
Gross.
Horny goat weed. Margarine.
Something's good.
See, I didn't tack the back. I missed this side and then it popped up when I went to solder it. It's okay. All you have to do is not tack it, press it down and then melt it, and then you can bend it back. Finicky. Finicky little craft. Alright, so tack this now. Bump this up a little bit. It's given me some difficulty. If you're doing it at 410, it is a little bit harder to blend all the solder together. But 460 tends to just burn right through your lead came. So that's why it's like, ugh, I don't want to use it, but it's better. think the front looks good. So now we'll just tie up the back, do our edges, and then we'll be good to go for Rigby, and then we can move on to Miss Maggie. Some flux on here. It happens. It happens. The only reason I know is because everything... Okay, there's two reasons. I have a book that I got from my grandpa that's an English muffle pattern book. Like, it's for Victorian style patterns utilizing only English muffle. And so I kind of was familiar with it from that. And then also, some of the glass I inherited from him was English muffle, and it had a sticker on it that was like very Victorian looking that said English muffle. So otherwise I would have never known. And he like told me to. I think he really liked using English muffle, which is why he had a lot. Because he made a bunch of transoms for their house because they have a really old Victorian home. So he made, when he was doing stained glass, he made the transoms for all around the house. And if you don't know what a transom is usually seen in older homes and Victorian homes. And it's a window above the door on all of the indoor, all the inside doors, and I think even the ones on the outside. And what they did was you could open them to allow the air to circulate, and it helped keep Victorian homes cool. Hi! Well, thank you for saying hello and for hanging out so much. I don't mind if people just lurk and hang out. How are you doing today? Alright, that looks good. Yeah, I know there's a few people that they just want to like watch and they don't really like know what to say, or they might not be comfortable with saying anything. So like, don't ever feel like pressure to say anything. I'm holding a transom for ransom. Hey Noctis, how are you? Welcome. I am doing very well. Thank you for asking. We're almost done with Rigby, the first goat. We just have to finish up the ears and all the edges. I'll move this up so you can kind of see what I'm doing a little better up here. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be connecting all of the lead cane to the rest of the piece. We're going to have to apply our solder to the edges here. After I do this too, I'm going to go wash my hands. That way we can start fresh for Miss Maggie. Oh, and we have to apply the jump rings, of course. But of course. Sweet. I guess. Uh-oh. We're out of solder! Ugh. Oh no! Well, welcome back. Welcome back, Neil. There we go. So now we can finish these edges. Hi. What's up? I can't hear you that well, so you're gonna have to walk in here. My headphones are over my ears.
Say it's just being creepy.
Oh, okay.
No, I just wanted to say. Basically, we need another webcam. We need to throw that.
Yeah.
So,
Did you want to
hey, Nightingale.
stream right now?
No, I was gonna record my video since everything's ready to go.
Oh.
But I don't have the means to right now. But it's okay. I'm not in any rush. I can get it up by next week. But yeah.
Okay. I have to order supplies so I can look into another webcam.
Okay. Probably get the, what are those, not 720s? Probably get like the 730. Whatever the beefier one is.
Yeah.
It's going pretty good. It's a normal work day. Normal day of coaching. Pretty good. No, for the Friday.
But you get to play your guitar at full volume.
It's not a trade-off for having you be gone.
But you get Evan.
No, me time is important. I'll be fine with me time. Software ideas to help with designs.
So I just use Clip Studio Paint. That's like my main thing, and then Rapid Resizer is what I use to resize. Thank you so much for subscribing on YouTube, Karen. For share.
To me, I'm a personal trainer.
Move over just a little bit, like that way.
And a personal trainer, strength coach. I also do YouTube videos. I used to be very on top of live streaming too, on DLive. So that's coming back in a different incarnation. It's very pretty. You've done very good work.
Thank you.
Got that done quick.
Mm-hmm. Everything is quick compared to that iris I did.
Got it down. Yeah, if you want to check my stuff out, I'm Bull Strength on YouTube. Like I said, I just talk about
ice cream,
nutrition, stuff like that.
Hey, someone, thank you so much for the ice cream.
Yeah. What's Pepe eating?
Probably a burrito.
A burrito? Nice. Very cool. Cool. Thanks, Nightingale. I appreciate it. Alright. I guess I'll head out unless you want me to cause chaos.
Nope, I'm soldering. I need this to not get broken right now.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. I need to be as non-distracted as possible for this stuff.
Gathering will to go to the gym. Yeah, that's always the first step, and it's a hard step. I compare it to like reading or things like that, things that are good for you that you know you should be doing but require discipline. The gym falls into that. It's very hard to get started. You gotta trick yourself. You gotta set a lot of goals. It's not about just simply saying, I want to lose weight and then going to the gym without a plan. You gotta have things a little more specific, especially. I don't know how off the rails you want this to go here.
Not really. Not too off the rails.
Pre-workout and death metal is a good combo. Very good combo. But yeah, set some goals. Find an athletic endeavor that appeals to you. So whether it's up in your bench press or getting a big deadlift or setting a good run time or something like that. If you hit me up over on my social media, I can help you out.
I keep forgetting to put yours as like a exclamation mark command.
John Jones, you're actually not. You're not wrong. I don't know if this is the actual John Jones because John Jones actually popped hot for taking random gas station pills. Apparently, that was his story.
Oh.
He said he took some gas station pills that were spiked with steroids, but it was like the third time that he popped hot. So.
If you look up Bull Strength on YouTube or DLive, you have all your stuff on DLive, like your links on DLive, like your links to your YouTube, right?
Links to YouTube. I think I might have a link to my website. That's really the hub, Bull Strength Athletics, the website. It's where you can find all my little social media things. Exactly. Once you get started, it is hard to stop. That's pretty good, Neil. It's a good. Swimming is pretty boss. Sure. All right, I'm gonna stop annoying you with fitness tips. Enjoy your project.
Thank you.
Thanks, baby.
Raining! No OnlyFans. See, this is what I tell him. I tell him literally all the time, you need to get back into live streaming. You need to get back into live streaming. He's like, I know, I miss it. I know he's listening to me right now too. Get back into live streaming. No, I don't want to. Do it! Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Beep. Bull strength only feet. Yeah, he plays guitar quite a bit. Our gym is in our garage, so no gym bag needed. Alright, there he is. Rigby is done. Cute. Alright, we're gonna put you over here. I'm gonna go wash my hands because they nasty from all the flux, so I will be right back. Give me just a moment. God, I can't mute anything. There we go. Boop. Thanks for your patience. I am back. All right, let's start on the other goat. I have the Patreon sun catchers done. Actually almost done. I need to polish them and then get them packaged. But I want to show people. I want to show people, but I don't want to ruin the surprise. All right, goat number 2, Miss Maggie. I finished soldering them this morning. I don't know how they got away from me so much. I started them like 2.5 weeks ago, and then I just like time flew by, and then I was like, oh, suddenly it's almost July 1st. Yes. All right. So, I know some people like to rewatch my my streams. And if you're on my Patreon, this is your warning to click away. You don't want to see it, but if you do want to see it, I'll show you. This is our little July Patreon sun catcher. So these will not be available to anyone except for Patreon. So I'm only gonna make these once, which is right meow. So there they are. I'm not gonna say it out loud. So if you like averted your eyes or skipped ahead, there they are. So those are all pretty much good to go. I'm gonna get them shipped out. I'm gonna try to get them shipped out before my trip. I'm like, I have so much to do tomorrow to get ready for my trip though. So I'll try my best. Alright, this little flower. Beep, beep, beep. I thought they were so precious. I liked them. And it's like fitting because it's hot. There's toasty everywhere. Right, meow? Yes, I did. I sure did. Me and Brian say that to each other a lot. We say that to our dog as well, even though it's meow. Not the same entity. That's cute though. Yeah, I know. On to the next goat. So we're gonna start tacking, getting everything secure so it doesn't wiggle and wobble around. Ugh. So now I have to figure out what I'm gonna do for the next Patreon sun catchers. Ugh. I don't know, there's so many options. So many options. So for August, I'm just gonna start brainstorming. I'm not gonna say what they actually, you know, we'll just think of some ideas. So my birthday is in August. It's not gonna have too much to do with the pattern, but it might, who knows? Might have to do with like, I tried to like make it, I want it to be kind of like themed with like the season. So for June's, for June's, I had blueberries because like the most common blueberry harvesting time is June. July, that one, it's hot, that made sense. August. Sunbear sounds like a sunbearer. I present to you the sun. Thank you for the host. I need to take these dang things off. The noise is like right in my like how Brian just pops in and out randomly. Yes. Pops in, gives fitness advice, causes chaos, talks about Bill Gates, leaves. Leaves without a trace. See, I tend projects like popping candy. Yes, we gotta get them done. So I'm going on a trip. I'm sure I've said it like 3 times already. I'm going on a trip on Friday. So tomorrow I'm gonna be trying to finish up with everything, but I'm gonna be mostly packing and running errands, like taking my dog to the vet and stuff. So I'm trying to get everything done. As for doing stained glass full time, it was kind of like a slow process of working my way up towards it. So Brian helped encourage me a lot to like quit. He was always telling me, you need to quit your job, do stained glass full time, like you will be able to do it. And I was always just like, no. But my biggest thing was like, our rent is super expensive here. So that was the biggest source of stress for me, was, and still is, like just keeping on top of projects so I can pay all the bills and stuff. Because we rent a house in the city. And anyway, but so April of 2020, I started making these little honeycomb clusters, and I was working full time, so about 40 just under 40 hours a week, and then I would come home and work on custom commissions and the honeycombs. So I was putting in about 25 hours into stained glass in April, in addition to my full-time job, and I made a certain amount of money, and I was like, I could do this full-time. Like, I literally just did this part-time this month, and I made like a decent amount of money. So that was kind of like the final push, I think. And then Brian gave me like a little speech about how I needed to quit and escape and stop working for someone else. And he like gave me that final little speech, and that was in like the beginning of May of 2020, and I was just like, you know what, it's time. So I quit. But I had made an like X amount of sales that month, and I just had more demand coming in, so I figured like, why not? And that's kind of how it evolved. Oh yeah, for sure. So I'm going to see my dad and my brothers up in Tennessee. We're just we try to do like a get together, like a family get together once a year or so, usually somewhere mountainous. So all of my brothers and sister-in-laws and nieces and nephews, we're all gonna be in a cabin up in Tennessee, and we're just staying for. They're gonna be there. I think everyone's leaving on Wednesday, but I'm gonna be driving back Tuesday because it's an 11-hour drive for me. So, yeah, just fun, just to see family and have a fun time in the mountains. Little vacation. I'm gonna take my laptop and probably do like commission outlines and stuff. So it's like a air quotes vacation. Although I could very well take my laptop up and then get there and be like, you know what, I need some time off. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'll probably end up trying to do a little bit, and then we'll see if I'm like super burnt out or whatever. The last time we got together, everyone got together, was we went up to Maine in 2019. We stayed in a lake house up in Maine where my dad kind of grew up. And they always go up there every summer. So we did that back in 2019. And then before that, we went to Colorado. We went to Estes Park in 2018. That was a blast. I loved that trip so much. I love hiking and like being in the mountains and stuff, and I was just in love. I was so in love with Colorado. I'm gonna go back. Probably not now, but my dad left to get cigarettes and never came back. That's unfortunate, my friend. And very cliched, unfortunately. I love simple outlines like this. It's so much fun to solder. The solder just flows a lot better when there's not a lot of tiny pieces and complex changes in direction to the solder lines. I'm sorry. That's even worse. Lampshades are hard too. Finished a lampshade you designed. Yeah. Lampshades are hard. I've never tried one because of that, because I just I don't even know where to start. I just feel like it'll just be too crazy. I don't know. I think eventually I'll go out of my comfort zone. I actually got a commission back when I was first starting. It was like this circle that had some strawberries in it, and she had messaged me and asked me if I would do a strawberry lampshade for her. I was just like, I'm just starting out, like I really have no idea how to do that, so you might be better off going to someone else. And she said, you know, because of my honesty, she appreciated it, and then ended up just getting a simple commission from me. So that was nice. Are you, I am gonna be honest, I don't want to mispronounce your name. The person who said you're making the lampshade, are you a full-time stained glass artist, or do you just do this for a hobby, or do you want it to become full-time if you're not? I'm so sorry, I'm terrible with names. Yeah, I think I need to just stop being a weenie and just do it. Just make a lampshade. I need to just read about it and kind of educate myself, and then I'm sure it's really not that bad, just like you said. It's just so far out of my comfort zone. I'm just like, no, I don't want to. Especially because they're so time consuming and very expensive. I'm sorry. I feel like even if I did pronounce it, it wouldn't have the right the right zest to it. What is the short of your name? Mal? Should I say Mal? Or Gosh? Please let me know what you would like me to call you. I don't want to butcher your name or make you feel weird or anything. levitating. It's okay. We'll save it. I try to be pretty good with names, although there's definitely like people. Oh my gosh. There's people who have been like, this is my name, you can call me this, and I'm like, heck yeah. And then I am really forgetful. And I'm just like, I don't remember, I'm sorry. And then I'm like too scared to ask what it is again, because then I don't want them to feel bad that I forgot their name. Oh, it's like this whole thing. It is a whole thing. I'm not full-time stained glass artist, although I wish I was for now. Huh? What? That's awesome. Facial department. Dang, I have some big brain people in my live streams. Big brain. We got an immunologist. I can't remember anyone else's. There was someone who does like animating, I think, for like, I can't quite remember. I need to step up my lion's mane supplements. My memory is so bad. All right, front is basically done. I've always had a bad memory. Always. It is what it is. She's cute. Oh, bless her. Precious little babe. This is so hot. Ooh. All right, so now. Oh, also, do you do you post your work on Instagram or anything, or do you have it anywhere that I can look at it? Because if you make lamps, I want to see. I don't know if the automated Discord message has come up too, but if you're in Discord and you want to join mine, you can post all of your artwork there and like brag about it and stuff. We have lots of really talented artists that have joined my Discord, and they give little project updates all the time. I love it. I just love it. You jumped in, did a couple small projects, and then you did lampshades. That is absurd. Wait, how long have you been doing stained glass then? I swear to goodness, if you were like, I've been doing it for a month, then you're making these crazy, crazy lampshades. But you know, that's honestly the best way to learn. Just jump into it. I can't imagine how much easier like small sun catchers would be if you just like tried to start doing lampshades. I completely understand. No worries. Well, if you ever do take pictures, feel free to post them on the Discord, or if you want to like drop the link in my live streams. I think YouTube is a little weird about links. Otherwise, I would say like you could post it there, but I think YouTube like limits people's ability to drop links. I don't know why. That might be a setting I have to go into, but hey Dan, how's it going? So this is the second one. We finished Rigby earlier, so now we're on the back of Miss Maggie here. Dan, didn't you say you're like, you do something with animation? Is my memory serving me correctly? You either do something with animation or geology, and I think it's animation. Or I might just be completely wrong. Films. Gotcha. I may have to look later, but I probably would just be those two shades. Ah, gotcha. Well, that is neat. Ooh, that was just my brain picking up on clues or something. I like rocks too. What kind of rocks do you collect? I used to have a pretty nice little rock collection. And I also have like a little bone collection, but it's not, I haven't found any bones anytime recently, like animal bones. But yeah, we have a whole gaggle of goats. I would say that's a pretty accurate label. Y'all, do you know how hard it is sometimes to do this and talk at the same time? I really struggle. Sometimes I just like, I can't even get words to come out. I'm just like, I gotta do this. That is so ugly. Oh my god. So many bubbles. More bubbles. Why? Stone skulls mostly. Ooh. Hey Carolyn, thank you so much. She's cuter on the other side where she actually has pupils. So I'll turn her over in a second so you can see the front side. If you haven't already. Maggie here is a really cute goat, like extra cute. Alright. So, here's Miss Maggie May. I painted on her little spots here. She's so cute. Oh, I love this goat. She's precious. Love it. I don't think I showed a picture the other day, so let me find a picture of Maggie real quick so I can show you. I don't know what this is. This is Rigby. This is the other one we did. Let's see, where's Maggie? There she is. She's so cute. Look at her little face. Oops. Just adorable. Look at her little hooves. So, yep, that's her. So, we have that. She is! Hello, Lily! I don't know if I have enough to cover this whole thing. We'll try. Just so you know, my name in translation in English is actually Margaret Maggie. Gotcha! We have another person who comes in who I struggle with her name, so I call her Mags. So that is easier to remember for sure. Yeah, Maggie is really, this goat Maggie is very cute. Although I'm sure you're also cute. Yes, her name is Maggie May. There's lots of Maggies right now, I suppose. Mags, Maggie May. How do we want to do this? I guess we can start here. There it goes. Alright, so cut this off just a little bit. That. needs to be just a little shorter. Yay! Yes, definitely. Stained glass is a super, super fun hobby. It is a little expensive to get into, but if you save up, I definitely recommend it. I might be a little biased, but yeah, she has a whole collection. We're gonna be adding. I'm gonna be trying to do 2 a month for her. It's hard to keep up with them though, but I'm trying. But this person is just super sweet. She followed me on TikTok, and then I believe she was watching me do my live streams because I used to live stream on TikTok, and I was working on a goat commission. Yes, hello. Yes, this is little Maggie. But I was working on a goat commission on one of my live streams, and she obviously has 19 of them, and she, like, I think she said, like, she saw me do it, and she immediately was like, we're gonna get one for every goat. Like, she just immediately knew right there. And super, super sweet lady. Just a doll. Get on there. So far, the second one slightly easier than what Rigby's was, but it's cool. It is cool. Let's tack this side down. That is extremely hot. Imagine that. Yes, absolutely. That is a beautiful suggestion. Normally I pair that with my stained glass spiel. Y'all know at this point that I'm kind of bad at talking while I'm soldering, so I apologize. Yeah, no, I would have understood what you meant. No worries. No worries. Yeah, she has them in, like, she's gonna have them in all the windows of her home. So it's really cute. She posted a review on Etsy where she had all 4 of them before she moved. And because this is number 5 and number 6, and it's so cute. I just love it. Yeah, for sure. I was just saying earlier that, like, I find it so hard to talk sometimes when I'm soldering. So I like try to stay on top of the chat, but there's only so much that I can do before I lose focus. Also, this was really perfect. That was the last piece of this size of lead came, and it fit perfectly. There's a little bit left over. So I am super lucky that I had enough. Raid! My raid sound didn't work! Dang it! What the heck? I updated my Twitch thing and it was supposed to play a really funny sound when I got a raid. Hey, thank you so much for the raid. I literally sat down and I fixed it today and it didn't work. Welcome everyone. There it is. Oh, that's not the exact one. Thank you so much for following. You see, I put a little bit of effort into that. I don't know why it didn't work the... Anyway. How was your stream? Welcome. Y'all are catching me on a real nice day. We're doing some soldering for these goats. Goat stories? What kind of goat stories? I'll grab Rigby too. Here, this is the other goat we already did. This guy is real goofy. I love him. So this is Rigby. His little bottom teeth are always showing. So I included his little teeth. And he's got a lot of like painted details on him. So there's that little guy. Exploding goat stories? Oh no. Oh no. And thank you. These guys came together pretty quickly. This little Maggie. Thank you so much. Ghost stories that then became goat stories. Gotcha. Well, welcome everyone. As you can see, I just finished applying the lead came, which is this lead around the outside. Makes it look real nice and professional. So now we just got to go through and connect all of it, and then we'll be good. I'm seriously so disappointed that the raid sound didn't work. I tested it before I started streaming and everything. Disappointing. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Not really. Just being dramatic. Did you guys hear it? I got a follow, which like had it says alright, but I didn't hear the raid sound. Maybe I'm just going crazy and I didn't hear it. Who knows? I didn't follow my own advice and I didn't tack the back of these pieces. No, that was just the follow. It's this awful, awful noise that goes like, oh yeah. I was so excited to just creep everyone out. Yes, also hello. At least there's that. We were actually also, I was talking about ghost stories kind of earlier. It wasn't on the stream, but I was telling my friends on Discord about my grandparents' house that was built in 1861 that I refuse to believe isn't haunted. My grandma is like, I've lived here for 25 years. I've never heard a ghost. It's not haunted. So she doesn't think so. I get the spooks and the creeps every time I go there. I think I've talked about it on my stream before too, but they live in an old Victorian home up in Ohio. Yeah. That's honestly, that's what I think it is she always says, well, if there are ghosts, they don't bother us. So I think that they probably just really like her. Because I've taken pictures in her house where there's like these white streaks that will just inexplicably appear. Like there was one time I was trying to go to sleep and I felt like something was behind me. So I turned my camera on, like just my phone, and I took a picture, and it had these like streaks through it, and I was creeped out for sure. But she's lived there since 1999. And she doesn't think it's haunted, so okay, Grandma. My mom has heard footsteps going down the stairs, all sorts of stuff. I know, I don't have the pictures anymore, at least I don't know where they would be. They were on my old computer, but uncertain where they might actually be. It is creepy. Yeah. Listen, they have an addition on their house, so when they bought the house, they had added a kitchen. Like the person before had added a kitchen, and it's an addition on the back of the house. So in the crawl space underneath, like you have to go to the basement, and there's a crawl space where you can see under the kitchen, and there's a big boarded up well, and it looks like something The Ring, like the girl from The Ring would come out of. Like, it's terrifying. And she's just like, oh, there's nothing down there. Bless her, she's so tough. Streaker ghosts. Ooh, see, I love Victorian homes. I think they are so beautiful, and I would love to live in a Victorian home. But, big but, I'm terrified of the dark and of like ghosts and spooky things. Like when I go to see my grandparents, I don't sleep very well. The house creeps me out. Like, I don't know. I'm just a wiener, I guess. I couldn't tell you what it is, but so, you know, we would have this like beautiful Victorian home if we ever bought a house and it was old, and I would love it during the daytime, and then I would be terrified at night. So I could never. So what were you working on today on the stream, Paul? Were you still working on that like egg thing? Victorian ghosts seem extra spicy too, to say the least. My parents' house is haunted, and they said the activity stopped after I moved out, so I'm haunted? Ooh, maybe it just didn't like you or something. Harry Potter, Pinseve, and Snoopy's house. Nice. I'm not like a huge Harry Potter buff, so I apologize in advance for my butchering of whatever that is. Alright, this looks pretty good. So we're gonna turn the temperature down now to 410, just because I don't want to burn all the edges off. I don't have a mod. Let's do this. Yeah. Ghost was like, get out of my house. I don't like you. I don't like you. Get out. Yeah, because like Victorian ghosts, I feel I agree 100%, Dan, they are extra spicy because they like died in really weird ways. Thanks, Stag. I want to be famous. Hey, you know what? I can bring him back. I'll bring the bot back. But I think Victorian ghosts are extra spicy because they die in really weird ways. Like there was this horrendous thing that I found out about recently, and it was like this double-sided bottle, like a baby bottle that was glass, and it had two ends. So it was already, just looking at it, you're like, that's impossible to clean. And it was. So they had this bottle, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was like super marketed towards like how efficient it was and how easy it was for babies to like give themselves drink, like whatever they're drinking. But because you couldn't clean it very well, it became a breeding ground for bacteria. And then like hundreds and hundreds of kids died because of just like different bacterial infections that they got from drinking from a bottle. So maybe that's why there's so many like Victorian homes that are just haunted by little kids. I'd be a haunting ghost too if when I died people dressed me up for postmortem family photo shoot. That too! A flippy cup. This is a glass bottle that looks like a banana with two holes on the end. My fingers are covered with flux, so I don't want to like type on my computer, but if you look up like Victorian death bottle or something, you'll find, you can find them on eBay. Like people collect them because they're just so ridiculous. But they did stuff like that all the time. And like how like bread in the Victorian era, if you were poor, they cut it with all sorts of different chemicals and like really poisonous things. So when you were buying bread, it was so diluted and cut with like arsenic and poison. I don't think it was arsenic, but there were so many poisons that people just like died. Yeah, exactly. Everything. She's flapping it around, filled with water, no spillage. Right? It's nasty. Like just looking at it, you'd be like, they used poison to keep the peas green. I don't understand why everything they did was so toxic and poisonous. Like they just didn't know, or they just didn't care. What was the average life expectancy of someone in that time period? Can anyone look that up and tell me? Because I feel like it probably, like in the cities, like if you're in like the industrialized areas, it probably wasn't that heckin' long. Victorian England, throwaway street urchin. I'm also glad that I live today. I think if I could live in like any other time period, it might just be like maybe like the 50s. But I like living today. I really like my life right now. Modern medicine, knowledge of things that will poison us. It's great. Baby bottles that aren't toxic and kill babies, build up bacteria. It's awesome. People aren't just throwing their sewage into the streets, you know. Well, maybe they are in some areas. Put double-sided murder bottle into a mom's Facebook group, guaranteed you'll sell them. No! I went to a torture museum in Poland. They were all sorts of devices from that time to torture people or witches. Average life expectancy at birth was low. In 1850 it was 40 and 42 for women. Low. Wow, that's insane. It like wasn't that long ago either. Like really, when you like think about it, that's wild. Just wild. We forgot to put our copper wire. I've heard Crixin. I've heard of that too. Orange, if you look up neon orange like Fiesta plates or something. They came out, I want to say, in like the 40s, and they got the neon orange color from uranium. I'm pretty sure. And so they're like really, really radioactive, and people were just like eating dinner off of them. So I saw a video about that recently, and he like had it like wrapped up, like this guy collects radioactive things, and he like did the meter on it, and it would just kept going up and up. Crazy. If a horse died in the city, it could be on the side of the road for a while before somebody. That doesn't surprise me at all. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. We're gonna use our thinner 20 gauge wire. Yeah, what the heck? They're only slightly radioactive? I mean, that's still like more radioactive than I want them to be in my presence. I thought they were like crazy. Maybe he was just being like extra precautionary to like not convince kids to go out and buy them. Kids on TikTok, you know, just doing kids on TikTok things. As a woman, you're better off now, more options and able to be more. Yeah, for sure. I'm not like a really, you know, ambitious. I am ambitious, but I never have wanted a corporate job. So as long as at some point in my incarnation I can be an artist, like I think I'm good. I always felt bad, like in college, I never knew what I wanted to do because the idea of working a 9-to-5 desk job made me want to pull my hair out. And I was like, there has to be more to life. There has to be more to life. And we figured it out, so. Yeah. Yep. But like I said, I think that would be, you know, I still prefer to live nowadays, but if I could, I'd probably live back then. Oh, actually, no, not the 1950s. The pioneer days when like you could just go out into the wilderness and build a cabin and like that was your property. That's what I would want to do. That's what I would want to do. I know that opens up a whole nother bag of worms that I don't want to get into, like, you know, I don't want to get into like socio-political talk or anything, but just because I like to keep my streams very nice and chill. Cowboy Shrek, yes! Stag gets it. Yeah, like we watched I've endured 9-to-5s before, believe me, it's why I left that life. I'm more of an artist. Heck yeah. I've had one real job working as a supervisor at an animal hospital. I worked there for 3.5 years, and then I started doing this. And I do not miss it in the slightest. I don't miss it. I love me some puppies, but I don't miss it. I'll tell you what. Whoops. Because unfortunately, puppies were only maybe 3% of the job, and then everything else was just like getting yelled at and being stressed. So you know, just the usual. Here we go. So what kind of art do you do then, cat girl? And of course, if anyone wants to share their work, if you have a small business or you want to promote yourself, if you're a streamer, please feel free to post your links and stuff in the chat. And if you want to join the Discord, I also have channels where you can post your art and, you know, share your links and all of that. I don't know if that's come up anytime soon, so I'll go ahead and prompt that. Whoops. We have lots of really talented artists in the Discord, so feel free to pop in and share. I try my best to post. I try my best. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. Now we'll do the edges and then we'll apply the jump rings and we should be good to go. Etsy shop, working on comic stickers. Ooh, awesome. Well, yeah, feel free to post any links if you want to share and I can check it out, or if you want to post them on Discord, or you don't have to post them all. If you don't want to be put on blast, I don't know. Whatever you're comfortable with. Let's clean up a little bit. Disembodied hiccup, great. Now the solder for this is going to be black, so once I clean up all the flux and get everything just washed up, I'm going to use something called a patina and turn all of the silver to black. So really, right now, there's your eyes are kind of drawn. Whoops, you're up here. The eyes kind of get drawn to the solder because it's silver. Also, in America, we say solder instead of solder. So I always like to put that little disclaimer out there if you're not familiar with us in our dialect. But yeah, so this will all be black. And then we'll polish her up and hopefully get it packaged and sent out tomorrow before my trip. Solder, I know. I try to remember to say that. There's like someone from the UK that heard me say solder and he was like, I thought it was just an accent thing. Although he said it more poshly. Some new artist I found on Twitch. Awesome, thank you so much for posting that. Yeah, someone on TikTok actually called me out one time and they were like, the way that you saying that is making me irate. And I didn't know that, like, I just didn't think about other places saying it differently. And I was like, if you look it up, that's how I say it. I don't know. And then I watched a bunch of like YouTube videos of like American English speakers saying solder. See, the way that I think it, so this is what I think happened. So I think it evolved from the Southern accent, which evolved from the British accent. So a Southern accent is directly tied to British and like the British accent. And then everywhere else kind of is a mixture of everything. But that Southern accent, I think people would say solder. I think that's kind of how it started with an L, and then it just kind of got cut off to solder. So I think that's what happened. I think that's the most likely. In TikTok, there's a guy who does etymology posts. Ooh. Yeah, I've seen a few etymology people. I really enjoy it. There's one guy I saw who explained the British, I don't remember what it's called, but when they don't want two vowels to connect, like if a word ends in a vowel and starts in a vowel, they'll add an R. So I literally couldn't give you a single example of that, but you'll hear like people from the UK saying things with an R because it's just like a thing that they do to make the words not be so sounding the same, I guess, which I thought was cool. I've always wondered why people do that. I love accents and stuff and etymology and dialects. I just love it. All right, everything has been attached. So now we add our jump rings. We do say soldering iron instead of soldering. Yep, separate the sounds. Soldering. It's funny too, because people who aren't familiar with how to spell that word, people will, like, when they're talking to me about commissions, they'll spell it like 3 different ways. They're like, I don't know how to spell it. I'm like, it's fine. They'll put like SODD, SAWD, SAUD. When they stop saying Darby when they mean Derby. I'm not familiar with that one. Are you saying people with British accents say Darby or American? I've never heard anyone say Darby. We say Derby. Derby. What am I doing? 16 gauge, Sharpie. Yeah, I could talk about this all the live long day. Aluminium. The first time I heard that, I was like, what? What do you mean? And then I learned, but I think that was like back in high school. I learned that people say aluminium because it's spelled aluminium. And we're the ones who spell it aluminum. Aluminum. What in tarnation? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Elias. This is our little Maggie May, looking like just the cutest little patoot you ever did see. She's precious. We're almost done, too. Okay, so we apply our flux here. I always put my jump rings on the ears. Let me move you over a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I gotta pull her kind of close, so sometimes it's hard to see. My cat has encroached very heavily into my personal space. All right, that's good. Oh, you can't see her. She's like right next to me. Yeah, people always like to say like, oh, that's wrong. They say it wrong. They're spelling it wrong. And it's like, no, they just say it differently. It's not wrong. It's just different. That is a hill that I will die on, though. There we go. Our jump rings have been added. She is looking precious as all heck. All right, so this is Miss Maggie. Let me grab Rigby in case anyone didn't see Rigby. This one's probably one of my favorites that I've done. So Rigby has clear glass, his little teeth. Ah, I see. Thank you for clarifying. Yeah, for sure. Tropical. For sure. So there we go. I love Rigby too. Here, let me show you pictures of them. This one I think is, no, this one's Maggie. So that's her actual picture. And then I'll show you Rigby. He is just so silly looking. I love him. There he is. Little Rigby. With his teeth. So these are the two goats. I love them so much. Look at him. So yeah, that's what these two are based off of. This I'm sorry if I've already said this. This person has a herd of 19 goats, and these are portraits number 5 and 6 that I've made for her. The first 4 I did over the last year, and I worked them in. So this is where we're at. We finally finished these, and then I'll be working on more in the future. I'm actually going to go ahead and cut the stream off, but we're going to find someone to raid because I cannot have all these people and not send them somewhere. So let me go ahead and pull up Twitch. If you have anyone that you suggest, like any makers and crafting people, please let me know. But I'm going to pull up my Twitch and see. There's someone, I want to see if she's still streaming. I hope she is. I don't know if she still is though.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, thank you so much for the lemons.
Wow.
Thank you, thank you.
Wow.
Ishuna, she
Wow.
is delightful like you.
Wow.
All
right.
Thank you so much for
Wow.
following. All right,
Wow.
I actually, I don't know if she's gonna be streaming for much
Wow.
longer.
Ice cream.
Thank you so
Ice
much,
cream.
Tropical. Hold on, let me see if she's.
I might, off the stream, I might go on a game.
Hey, thank you so much for the diamond. Triple nipple! Okay, let's see. I think so I was gonna go to Aramnida. I don't know if she's still spinning the stream.
Vishnu, no. I'm gonna try leveling up the mount where you just...
I think she's just finishing, so I don't want to raid and then have her like send you somewhere else too. Shippochi. Thank you for the diamond. Thank you so much, trolling. Let's see. Shippochi.
Ice cream.
Oh, I love this. She's painting
Ice
a creature.
cream.
Thank you so much for the ice creams, trolling. Thank you so much. Oh, this is so cool. All right, so let's go ahead and Shippochi. Let's do her. Let me go to my channel real quick. Sorry, y'all. I'm really awkward at rating.
Wow.
I've only rated like twice now, so I'm
Wow.
still like struggling. Channel real quick. Sorry. I don't want to hear myself. Okay. Raid. What was it? Shippochi? How do you spell it?
Wow.
Shippochi.
Wow.
Yes. Alright, we'll do...
Ice cream.
Wow.
Thank you so much for all the donations. I appreciate it. Trolling.
Ice cream.
Alright, perfect. So, everyone's good. We'll go ahead and raid Shippochi. Thank you so much for watching!
Wow.
Alright, let's see.
Precious. Just finished the last video.
Wow.
Alrighty, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream for those on YouTube and